told today. I don't know. I gotta look it up, but I was told that you can't. Told today. I don't know. I gotta look it up, but I was told that you can't.
And Ed?
Here.
And Mike?
I'm here.
And Sheila's here. Okay. And this is the public forum. This is, approve the June 24th and June 30th Selectmen meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
And were we all here?
Not on the 30th. That's the one we conducted from my lobster boat.
Oh, right. And I wasn't here. So we'll have to do it separately. So let's do June 24th.
So
Second.
Okay. Pat?
aye.
And Ed?
Aye.
Mike?
Aye.
Alan?
Aye.
And Sheila says aye. And now for June 30th, I was not present. So Ed?
Aye.
And Mike,
I was late, so I didn't get to vote.
okay,
I was
Alan,
there.
But you
Aye.
did sign the warrants, thank you.
I did sign the warrant, yeah.
and Alan,
Aye.
and I was not here, so meeting is approved. Okay, public forum. This is an opportunity for anyone who wants to address the Board of Selectmen with any issue that is not on the agenda. Do we see any hands? All right, moving on. Item 4, now that Becky Nolet is the appointed assessor, she will sign on the tax commitment paperwork, but we are asking the Board of Selectmen to set the proposed tax rate. Fiscal year 21 tax rate was $945 with a total valuation of $2,011,016,700. And the proposed fiscal 22 budget estimate is estimated at 941 or 46 increase or 492. And I'm really messing this up. Lori, do you want to take this?
Sure, and I'll let Jen come up to talk about it as well. So when we went to
The public forum. This is an opportunity for anyone who wants to address the Board of Selectmen with any issue that is not on the agenda. And do we see any hands?
No.
Very good. Okay, that's item 3. Item 4, virtual meeting policy. Lori, do you want to take the explanation?
Yes, in your packet, you have a memorandum about the governor's state of emergency ending and the new requirements regarding remote meetings. To date, what the ruling is that the board can establish a policy that allows for board members to participate in meetings and vote in meetings remotely, as long as the public is afforded the same opportunity. The challenge has been, as I wrote in the memo, that we can do the Zoom meetings like we have been doing. We can do in-person meetings that we broadcast. We can do Zoom meetings that we broadcast. It's having an in-person meeting that we are broadcasting on cable, YouTube, and on Zoom. So Mike and Dave have been working on that challenge. And I'm gonna let Mike and Dave just update you on where we are.
How much is the box?
No, how much,
much?
Dave?
How much is it? Yeah.
Well,
Did you want to sponsor it and we'll have Cape Porpoise lobster above our meeting?
Would you, I think somebody else needs to sponsor something around.
Oh, okay, okay.
For a
Just
while,
checking.
anyway. I'm still getting healed up, you know.
Hmm.
So
I think
what,
somebody on the Pier Road needs to sponsor something.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, somebody on Pier Road already has.
So where we are is that, come August, your August meeting, you will need to meet in person, and all the boards will need to meet in person. The question before you tonight, and I did give you a draft policy, is whether or not you want to adopt this draft policy. On the pro side is if you adopt it and we are able to make the technology function, you would be prepared for that. On the negative side is if the technology is not functioning yet, or some of the policy might be amended because of the technology, then people might have the assumption that they can do that when we're not really physically prepared. So the question is up to the board what they want to do at this point. In order to allow board members to meet remotely, we do need the policy in place.
So if we just wait to go ahead and see if the box works, I don't mind waiting to make sure everything works before we adopt the policy.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, me too. How long can we continue with remote meetings?
This is it.
Just to the end of July.
Okay.
Well, I've made my position clear all along. I want to go back to in-person meetings. I'm not a fan of hybrid or any of that, spending $2,000 to do things that we have done, for the last decade or two. If
how
we
do you
have
know-
another emergency order, then we can go back to doing this. But the
How
total,
you gonna know, Ed, what people in the public audience have been vaccinated?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why wouldn't we want to do a hybrid until we can?
Because I'm concerned about the technological issues of it.
Yeah, I'm more concerned about COVID.
Well,
I mean,
people I don't want to sound, disrespectful to people, but if they're concerned, they should be vaccinated. I got vaccinated. All of us got vaccinated.
Yeah, but you know what? It's us. We've been vaccinated. It's the public. If they have come to the meeting and haven't been vaccinated, it's a problem.
It is a
And
problem.
that's what's happening across the country right now, and including Maine.
Well, I don't want to make it political, but I think people should go out and get vaccinated. But
I agree. But they're not. So how do we?
So
handle that?
if you adopt this policy, it means that you could move forward with remote meetings by exception. We could not do it unless we could provide the same for the citizens. So it may mean you have a policy in place that you're not acting upon, or you can wait until we know about the technology. The other option is you don't have to have this policy at all. To Ed's point, you can just say, we're going to meet in person and we're going to go back to the way things were. I certainly have gotten a lot of public feedback from citizens as well as a couple of committees that are very interested in hybrid meetings and want to see that continue.
I would prefer to either stay in where we are now, but it doesn't sound like we can, strictly in the Zoom platform, or go back to the way we are. I have a lot of misgivings about the hybrid aspect of it.
And I don't. So I guess we need to discuss it. Because
Yeah, and you know what, Mike,
Go.
it's kind of it's hard to give an answer to this because we don't have enough information to make a decision tonight.
I think there will be challenges for chairs in terms of managing a remote meeting at the same time as a physical meeting with public hearing and just like before we understood Zoom. Remember the hill we climbed to get on that and to understand it and use the technology. I think there will be, a learning curve there as well and figuring out the best practices. So we can go back to in-person. We have to go back to in-person in August, whether you have the policy or not. It's just whether or not this is an option for people.
I think, personally, I think it would be good to have something like this in place, but I'd like to go ahead and see if the new technology will work first. I mean, if you can vote on this tonight, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I think that, you don't know what's ahead of us. I mean, you've got the Delta virus out there. You're starting to see a lot more COVID cases. It's starting to spike a little bit in different places. We are a vacation land, and we're getting all kinds of different people in the state of Maine. And I do know that even if you've had your shots, you still can get COVID from the Delta.
Yeah,
So
99% of the people who end up as fatalities or serious cases in the hospital are unvaccinated.
Yeah.
So
when
get
you
vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated. But
No,
when
I'm
you
not
are-
talking to you. And again, I'm not trying to offend people because I know that this vaccine has been used as a weapon, politically.
Well,
And that's not my point.
my situation is,
Point is-
I'm 70 years old, and I don't want COVID. I don't care about anything else. I don't want it. I've had 2 shots, and I think the rest of us have all had shots, and I want to be able to see that we can do everything we possibly can so none of us get COVID. Because we're all, I'm not saying that we're all old, but we're up
Well,
in
it
age,
affects young
and it's
people too.
easier.
Absolutely, and I don't want to see anybody get COVID either, but at some point, we as a society need to step up to the plate.
Okay, let me just say that the governor has told us that we have to go back to
Mhm.
in-person beginning in August. So our next meeting will be in person. The problem is, are we going to be able to accept the outside using Zoom? And I think, Lori, if we can't, then we continue with our in-person meetings until the time when the technology is available so that we can do both. I think it's really neither here nor there if we vote in this new policy. If we don't have the technology, we just let everybody know that it's coming, but it's not quite here yet. Can we do that?
Sure, I think
Absolutely.
we certainly can require the public to wear masks.
Or anybody unvaccinated to wear masks?
Well, if we require everybody to wear a mask, then we don't have to worry about if they're vaccinated or not. But I don't want to be the one who has to police whether they're vaccinated. I'm sorry, Sheila, I can't hear you.
I said, I am vaccinated. I don't want to wear a mask. So I find it hard to tell people who have been vaccinated that they have to wear a mask.
I hear you. I hate wearing the damn thing. But if that's what we have to do for public safety, that's what we have to do. We are the leaders of this community, and we have to set an example.
Oh, I'm not wearing a mask. I can tell you that.
It
So
could be a risk. Yeah. I think
next
that's
week in person,
we can require the public to wear masks. I mean,
you can.
Mhm. But I'm not sure. I don't feel right asking the public to wear a mask and then we don't wear masks.
yeah.
I mean, when we're at the table, we will be distanced and not have to wear our masks. That I understand. But when we come in and out of the building,
And if you're concerned, Mike, by all means, if you want to wear a mask,
I'll wear a mask. I will. I have no
Yeah.
problem. I had a cold this week, okay, and I wore a mask so that I wouldn't give it to anybody else. I mean,
Yeah.
and I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Wearing a mask, not at all. Matter of fact, even though it hides my good looks.
then I better wear two.
so how do you feel about passing the the new
think-
policy.
I think we should, I think we should.
Yeah,
think we have it in our back pocket.
Is that a first?
Yes,
You're not chair, Alan.
No, no, I know, but I was just wondering if he was making a motion.
I'll make a motion that we accept the policy as written.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Let's see, let's go through the line. Pat,
Aye.
okay, Ed
Nay.
and Mike,
Aye,
Alan,
Aye.
and Sheila says aye. Oh, it passes. All right. We will go on to other business. Ed, do you have anything?
No, thank you.
Pat,
No, nothing.
Mike,
yes. I would like to congratulate in public our town manager for getting the Paul Harris Award from the Rotary International. That
yes.
is quite an achievement.
Can you
And
explain that, Mike, what it is to the public?
the Paul Harris Award given by Rotary International and usually recommended by the local Rotary clubs are awarded to those individuals who have demonstrated outstanding service to not only the town that they're in, the people and both civically, municipal, and municipally and in their life. It is given to very few people. It's a distinguished award and something that the recipients should be proud of.
Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Mike, as you well know as well.
Yes, Mike is also you are a recipient as well, correct, Mike?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
we're-
Well
congrats.
deserved.
Yes, we're in with some honored or some esteemed colleagues this evening. Congratulations to
Yep.
both of you.
So
You
congratulations.
forgot to mention, Mike, you have to be good looking too.
But I did tell Lori that she better not let it go to her head.
I don't think there's any problem there.
I don't think so either. But it is an outstanding award for her to receive, and
Glad you mentioned it, Mike.
it's
Yeah.
great.
Alan, do you have anything?
Nothing. I've said enough tonight.
And I do not, so we'll pass it to Lori.
So under chapter 147 in our ordinance under streets and sidewalks, the selectmen have authority to permit trade or business to occur within any part of a public street. And the Kennebunkport Heritage Housing Trust is planning on having their birthday party event over at the Parks and Rec building at Parsons Field. And they would like to put 3 food trucks right alongside the consolidated school parking lot. So technically the trucks will be in the town right of way, even though there will still be a travel lane there. And so they need permission from the board to do that.
So moved.
Second.
And we'll take a vote on that. Ed,
Aye.
Pat,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Alan,
Aye.
and Sheila says aye. So I think that sounds like a good idea and it sounds like fun.
I haven't had dinner yet. It sounds like a really good idea.
But it's also called the scoop off, so there's gonna be plenty of ice cream, like
Oh,
6
boy.
different flavors of ice cream to try.
Good.
It's
Great.
gonna be a blast.
Is this a fundraiser for you, Pat, for your organization?
Well,
or
it would
the
be
organization?
nice if
Yeah.
it evolved into that, yes.
Good.
Wonderful. Lori, anything else?
Nope.
I move the warrants.
Do I hear? Okay. And
Did you call me, Sheila? You cut out.
yes, Ed
Aye.
and Pat,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Alan,
Aye.
and Sheila says aye. And The item 7, we are going into executive session per MRSA 14056E for discussion of a real estate matter.
So moved.
Second,
And Pat,
Aye.
Ed,
Aye.
Mike,
Aye.
Alan,
all right,
and Sheila says aye. Now, if we do wind up taking a vote on something, when we come out of it, we will let the public know? Is that how we do that?
Correct.
So,
Otherwise you would adjourn after the meeting.
okay, that sounds good. So we have to leave this meeting and then go into the executive session.
Correct.
Okay, so see you
On the
later.
other side.
All right.
I gotta find that link.